ஏழை எளிய மக்களுக்கான பட்ஜெட்டை மத்திய அரசு அறிவித்துள்ளது. மத்திய இணை அமைச்சர் ராஜீவ் சந்திரசேகர் கோவையில் பேட்டி. ஒருநாள் பயணமாக கோவை வந்துள்ள மத்திய திறன் மேம்பாடு மற்றும் தகவல் தொழில்நுட்பத்துறை இணை அமைச்சர் ராஜீவ் சந்திரசேகர் சித்தாபுதூர் பகுதியில் உள்ள பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி அலுவலகத்தில் செய்தியாளர்களை சந்தித்தார். அப்போது அவர் பேசியதாவது:
COVID pandemic was a global challenge. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು economies, global trade, everything was affected. English there is one phrase, lives and livelihoods were affected. ಅದೊಂದು. Second, 75 years independence ಆಯ್ತು. This is the first budget of the Amrit Kal. ಅದು second on the background point. ಮೂರನೇ point, 9 years ago, 2014, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister, India was the 10th largest economy in the world. 2022, we have become the 5th largest economy in the world. And after COVID, even today, the countries of the world are struggling. The US, China, US, UK, big nations are still continuing to struggle. And India has become the bright spot of the global economy and has become the fastest growing economy in the world. It is not a small thing. When USA, China, UK, in the Madri, big developed Western nations, China, our northern neighbor, which is supposedly a superpower, they are all still struggling from COVID. China, 5th, 6th, 7th lockdown. UK and USA, high inflation, unprecedented inflation, joblessness. And India is a bright spot in the world's economies and is the fastest growing economy, fastest FDI, highest FDI, and third fastest growing innovation ecosystem. ಇದು ಕೊಂಚ ಒಂದು background. This perception, post-COVID India petti oru perception, the world has now realized India is not 5th largest, but in the next few years it will become the 3rd largest economy, and after that even in the top 2 economies of the world. Budget 2023 is the first budget of the Amrit Kal, first budget post-COVID, and it is a budget which is very, very, at one basic level, it is the biggest budget in independent India's history, 45 lakh crores. It is the biggest capital expenditure budget ever in independent India's history, 13.5 lakh crores. And it is a budget which is public welfare, pro-poor budget. It is a budget that will empower and uplift villagers, rural Indians, Dalits, tribals, farmers, backwards and oppressed classes, and differently abled people, and those who are economically backward. This budget rural development allocation, agricultural development, laborers welfare, infrastructure development, and 13.5 lakh crores. Digital infrastructure development, digitalization, India is now showing the world leadership. அது கொஞ்சம் ஜாஸ்தி accelerate பண்ற, and development of northeast and hilly regions of our country. The budget is for every Indian, but it is also for the future of every Indian. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 7 priorities ಇருக்கு ಈ budget. ഒന്ന് inclusive development. എല്ലാവർക്കും Prime Minister says सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास. அந்த மாதிரி inclusive development is one key area. Second, सबका विकास means reaching the last mile through technology. In 60-65 years, India petty, when people were talking, they would say, hey, there is no modern infrastructure. Our narrative is being changed today with modern infrastructure development. Unleashing potential, number 5. Sustainability, green growth with respect for the future. Youth power and financial sector. In the 7 priorities irukku. Let me specifically today talk about 2 issues. One, digitization of our economy, digitalization of our economy. India has become the preeminent country in the world in using technology for improving people's lives. For 60-65 years, same India, or narrative was there. The Rajiv Gandhi 1985-86 la avaru solliyache, 100 rupees leaves Delhi, 15 rupees reaches a beneficiary. And the perception was there for India for 60-65 years. Because of technology, Narendra Modi ji government reforms, because of that 100 rupees leaves Delhi, 100 rupees reaches the beneficiary's account. Without corruption, without delay, without leakage, without any intermediation. That type of governance effect, that type of governance reform has been brought by technology, and that is going to continue to grow, and that is continuing to accelerate. This example of India and use of technology for citizens is now being used by other countries. In February, there will be 7 other countries of the world that will sign with India to learn from India about how to use technology. Now, I want to talk about skilling our youth. Prime Minister Modi ji has said 10 years are going to be India decade. The India decade will be built by India's youth. The budget they have, Prime Minister has very graciously sanctioned 160 new nursing colleges for nurses for India and for abroad, and an 8,000 crore program for skilling that will include 3 lakh skilling of youth in Tamil Nadu. And I have today discussed that we will do a first pilot project in Coimbatore, ரொம்ப சீக்கிரம் அது லான்ச் பண்றேன். Skilling is the way for our youth to get modern jobs, high paying jobs and self-employment in the emerging opportunities that is being created by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. I will end by saying the following. In 9 years, India has traveled a large distance which was never traveled even in the last 65 years. This budget allows every Indian from all over, sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vishwas, keeping Prime Minister's ideology in mind, every Indian can look forward to a very bright future in the coming years. As India grows, Indians grow, and prosperity and opportunity are available to every Indian, regardless of where they are and how far they are from Delhi or how far they are from state capitals. It is the Amritkal budget. It is a budget that is a very modern budget, and it allows every Indian, like I said, an opportunity to be part of the journey of India becoming an economic power and a fully developed nation in the next 10 to 15 years. Thank you.